The god Sobek, the crocodile, speaks. I am the Sobek, the little one, the huge one. I come from the northern skies. I am its terror. Behold, I awaken in the 11th month of Sobek. I rise from the Nile to remind you to defend the borders of the culture of Kemet. Behold, I am the terror of the North Delta swamps. Behold, I, Sobek, the small, the mighty. I am in the north, at the bottom of the world. In the swamps of the north, I am born. The Kamau would feed me in great mass at the northern borders of Kemet. For I guard the door, I guard the gate of the national northern borders of Kemet. I guarded the gate of the north from the barbarian hordes of Europe, what I call Cro-Magnia. Many from the North Cro-Magnia try to invade Kemet, but behold, I stopped them for millennia by feeding me and my children in great quantities in the north. We became used to looking for meat and food from the north banks. So when the enemies from the north tried to invade Tameri, the land of much love, I would eat them before they crossed the door. I am like your Kundalini rising. For fear can raise your Kundalini. Behold, Ta'urt in the north is often drawn with me. The crocodile Serisa, standing along the back of Ta'urt. Draco, the dragon stars of Ta'urt. For fear can raise your life force. But Ta'urt holds the Sa glyph, the Sa symbol of the wisdom of African magic. So to make sure you do not become lazy and slothful in your spirituality, I bring terror to your lives, accidents, tragedy, mishaps, miscalculations. And the shock and fear of it remind you that the reason why you are struck is because your Kundalini, your Kuta, is low. Yes, we call it Kuta, the Kuta Cobra. Became known in Dravidia, Black India, as Kundalini, Kutalini. You see, many spiritual people are naive and foolish. They forget life is terrorizing everything trying to eat something else. War, hunting, death are part of life. So, to prevent the Kamau from becoming Pollyanna, I exist. When you thought it was safe to drink from the water, my jaws snap open and twist you down to a watery death. Now you'll learn to be more cautious around water. I am a key god to the development of your spirituality. Without horror, pain, suffering, shock, loss, earthquake, invasion, you will become lazy in raising your Kundalini. Therefore, I am a god of the Kuta, Kundalini rising. You know it is true. You only come to your maker, the creator, nectar, when you are hurting, when you are in trouble and in deep, dark waters of life. Then you look up for some solutions, some help. But it is I that dragged you in my jaws to the shrine of Tehuti, the god of wisdom that you do not know and must learn, the god of the oracles who will solve all your problems. Yes, Sobek, I, the small, the great. Raise the Kundalini, you understand. When the invaders from the north, from Cro-Magnia came in, it terrorized the Kamau to their very bones. And that forced them to increase the Kuta, the Kundalini, to increase their rituals and prayers to the dead and to the Neteru, to increase their defenses through magic and the might of the arms of Ra himself. My mother, my mood, Sobek Knit, wants to maintain the unity of the fabric of culture, the weaver, the killer, Sobek Knit. She weaves the fabric of culture of temples as one fabric and attacks those who attack her fabric. And she gives me the long-toothed one, her breast of milk. In it, teaching me to defend the fabric of culture. But not any culture. Her culture. The fabric that is specifically the Kamau culture. So I come every 11th month of Sopedu. Yes, I come. And I remind you, this is the month of Kem pride. Defend your Kemetic culture. Be proud. Be black. Be Kem. This is the month. When I come, I expect to see you all proud in the jewels, the clothes, the language, the sounds, the buildings, the scriptures of Kemet. Not any other culture, not any other African culture, but the one of the Nile. This is the month of true Kem pride, true black pride. This is the month in which you honor your ancestors by expressing through you their culture in your clothes, your thoughts, your behaviors, your gods, your language, your jewels, your gems. When in Rome, be more Kemetic. I'm Kem and I'm proud. Say it strong, say it loud. Now, let me clarify this thing called Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa? Let me clarify the mistake of intellect. Culture is a fabric that you must wear. It is woven by your ancestors under the eyes of the gods in Eteru and their sciences. It is only when you turn into industry and finance, the culture of your ancestors, that we can call it truly cultural. You must have an industry of lapidarians, smiths, artisans, weavers, wig makers, makeup makers, jewelers, architects, construction workers. Take your culture and proudly support your youth by sponsoring them to learn the crafts. Yes, the crafts with their hands. For I, Sobek, have small hands. Yet I am most efficient. My hands are small, that your hands may be great. For I am the god of paradise. Yet with my small hands, I have survived the ice ages, the dinosaurs. I have been here from the beginning. Creatures bigger than I, the Tyrannosaurus Brontosaurus. They have come and gone, but I, Sobek, the small, the mighty, with my little hands, still walk the earth. For I never turned my back on my culture of crocodile. I did not want to evolve into a more complex creature. I wanted to stay a crocodile. I wanted to stay with my ancestors' ways. Creatures cannot evolve out of their station in the great system, or else the system would fall apart. No, Darwin had it wrong. But I told Neter, I want to stay in my gene pool, minimize my genetic changes, for that would be progress. And look where progress has gotten the Africans. Farther and farther away from their genetic roots. No. Stay the old way as I have. Stay close to your old culture. Do not try to evolve Kemet. It is perfected. Dare to wear, speak, breathe, walk, and live Kemet, and make money profit doing so. As every group does on the earth, they make money for their holidays. Somebody must make those green hats for St. Patrick's Day. There must be workers, factories, foremen, boards, industry. Much money's being made for Memorial Day, Easter, Christmas, President's Day, Don't you know these holidays are gates of finance for the cultures they represent? Don't you know this? Well, it is now your turn. Rise up, thy Kundalini, because you Africans suffer. And I terrorize your finances and your economies. You understand what I say. Remember, I raise Kundalini through terror, which is half of life. So other groups enter your community. Yes, in Harlem, Chicago, where all the blacks are. Other groups enter and take over with their little Chinas, little Indias, little Italy. And they gentrify you, or shall we call it, colonize you, invade your borders and boundaries, terrorizing your children's security, their educational security, their financial security, where you're paying your money to other groups. Then you cry crocodile tears. But that is me eating you with the fear of financial ruin. But if you wish to get me off of you, you must honor Ta'urt, the queen of material culture, finance. You must build your own holidays, your own versions of St. Patrick's Day and all the money that surrounds that day. You must build holidays of Osar's rising, the birth of Sekhmet, the boat of Ma'at entering the west, the rising of the jet pillar, the openings of the eyes of Ra and Heru. Where are your holidays? Kwanzaa is not ours. Don't reinvent what has been perfected by your ancestors, you fools. Do not try to progress. You cannot progress that which is perfected. And until you build a pyramid or Karnak, Apet Isut, then you may talk of progress, but until that time, I dare you to copy your ancestors. Humans cannot create, they can only copy. The airplane is but a copy of the bird. The submarine is but a copy of a fish. A laser beam is but a copy of the sun. So, you cannot create, you can only copy. But there's great money in copying a thing well. So, protect your culture. Protect the boundaries of Kemet. Just because many of you don't live on the Nile does not mean the Nile does not live in you. So summon me at this time, and I shall defend the borders of your Kamauways, but if and only you dress Kamau, wear Kamau oils, perfumes, wigs, speak the language, and honor your roots, your ancient roots, as ancient as I, Sobek, the dinosaur who lives. Stop your foolishness. Stop letting others brand your behind as they did in the days of terrorism/slavery. Gucci, Prada, they are Italians. Africans are not Italian. So why do you wear the brand like a cattle? The heat prod of the Italian. No one can respect you for letting yourself be branded like a cow. No. Make your own brands. The Heteru brand, the Othar brand, the Bess brand, the Ma'at brand, the Sobek brands. And then I shall make you rich beyond comprehension, as I did in the days of ancient Ken. Be bold, be proud, and beware. The invaders from the north shall give you a scare. And when they do, fly in the air, up to Ra, and to Ose. I shall see you at the borders of the lakes of wealth, if you dare. Duau and Huio Tuau.